Nana Spriha Raghupate Hridaye Asmadiye Satyam Vadami Cha Bhavan Akhilantaratma Bhakti Prajacha Raghupungava Nirbharang Me Kamadidosha Rahitam Gurumana Sancha. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. O Lord, I tell you the truth. I have no other desire, and you being the innermost self of all beings, know it very well. O God, give me the ardent devotion only, and make my mind free from all impurities like passion, etc. Om, peace, peace, peace. A very good evening to you all. I am very happy to be again present with our Bhakti Yoga discourse, reading from the Bhakti Yoga of Swami Vivekananda. Today is the 16th talk. Last we had our talk on 18th May. And Swamiji is giving a description of the method and means. How we can achieve this devotion. What is the method? And what is the path? What are the means? So, one by one, he was giving that you have to have renunciation, then you have to have controlling of passions, means discrimination, renunciation. So comes practice, you have to do abhyas, then you have to do some good works. As we are born as human beings, we have to do whatever duties we have got towards the society, towards the gods, goddess, rishis, munis, the saints, and our society. And gradually you will find that you are feeling the presence of devotion in your mind, in your thought. This gradual development in spiritual life through the path of bhakti. And Swami was telling that the so-called great men of the world may all be seen to become jealous of each other for a small name, for a little fame, and for a few bits of gold. So long as this jealousy exists in the heart, it is far away from the perfection of ahimsa. Ahimsa is to be practiced, this non-violence. Food, first Swamiji said, detail, we have gone through that. So many ideas are there about the food, material food stuff. That is also necessary, needful in spiritual life. We should not eat those food which are actually which become the cause of physical some kind of excitement. But real food is mental food, what we are thinking, what we are seeing, what we are enjoying through our senses, allowing that material foodstuff, what we eat through our mouth, that also has its impact. But that is very little compared to other things we enjoy, we we take in, we receive, we gain through all other indriyas, sense organs. Those things we have to be very careful. So, ahimsa also you have to practice, non-violence, not doing any harm to anybody. But there are people, they eat all the grassroots vegetables, vegans nowadays. But mind is, for a little name and fame, they can do anything, they become jealous. The so-called great men of the world may all be seen to become jealous of each other for a small name, for a little fame, and for a few bits of gold. So long as this jealousy exists in a heart, it is far away from the perfection of ahimsa. The cow does not eat meat, nor does the sheep. Are they great yogis, great non-injurious ahimsakas? Any fool may abstain from eating this or that. Surely that gives him no more distinction than to herbivorous animals. The man who will mercilessly cheat widows and orphans and do the vilest deeds for money is worse than any brute, even if he lives entirely on grass. The man whose heart never cherishes even the thought of injury to anyone, who rejoices at the prosperity of even his greatest enemy, that man is the Bhakta. He is the yogi. He is the guru of all, even though he lives every day of his life on the flesh of swine. Therefore, we must always remember that external practices have value only as helps to develop internal purity. That is the main thing. Then you are a bhakta. In your mind, nothing wrong is happening. It will not be affected by taking a little this food or that food, which you are born with the habit. I am taking this kind of food, but I have purified my mind. That is a food habit I am taking. It is not that out of hingsa, out of violence, out of some kind of feeling, terrible feeling against others. That is why I am killing and eating. It is not that. So, therefore, we must always remember that external practices, all these things, have value only as helps to the development of internal purity. It is better to have internal purity alone when minute attention to external observances is not practicable. But woe unto the man and woe unto the nation that forgets the real internal spiritual essentials of religion and mechanically clashes with death-like grasp at all external forms and never lets them go. The forms have value only so far as they are expressions of the life within. If they have ceased to express life, crush them out without mercy. So, Swamiji is just bringing our attention, focusing it to the internal mental purity, psychological purity, intellectual purity, which does not too much depend on taking so-called food through mouth for the sustenance of the body. It has its little impact if we take those things. And Swamiji has given those things. Now we are going forward. The next means to the attainment of Bhakti Yoga is strength, anubhasada. This Atman is not to be attained by the weak. In the Upanishad also it is there, that ultimate supreme knowledge, knowing your own self, that is not possible by the weak people, mentally weak, physically weak, psychologically weak. It is not that easy thing to achieve that highest goal of life, to know your own self without having sufficient physical, mental strength. So, this Atman is not to be attained by the weak. Anavasado. I am frustrated, I am depressed. I started, but after that I give up. Oh, it is not possible. No, that will not do. A devotee must not be a seeker of the devotion, must not be a frustrated one, depressed one. After some time I give it up. Many people start many good things, but gradually they find, because they face some kind of trials and tribulations, some kind of opposition, problem. So gradually, no, it is better to give up and live an easy life. That will not do. If you really want to become a devotee, you must have faith in God, faith in yourself, that I am child of God, I am the nearest and dearest one of God. God is my master. I am the servant of God. I am the child of God. Why I will be so easily stopped from going ahead? Nobody can stop me. That must, conviction, faith in yourself and faith in God must be there, yes. If there is some problem, yes, if there is some cloud, it is a whole day, cloud will go, vanish. Why sun is not coming? Sun will come, because sun is always there. Cloud is actually moving. It is transitory. Sun is constant. Whenever it is night here, at that time also sun is there in the sky. So, the follower, someone who loves God, knows that my God is the omnipotent, omniscient, and all full of mercy, all love, all compassion. How he or she can give up facing some kind of a little problem? So, give up those people who do not believe in internal purity and only believe in some kind of external practices, customs, going mechanically doing something. Then mechanically classes some kind of custom which actually has got very little connection with spiritual development. Every week I go to the church, go to the temple, and do all sorts of bad things. So what this my church going? Although I am going, I am listening to the Bible, I am listening to the Vedas, I am listening to the Quran, Puran, all the scriptures I am listening, I am going. From outside, any people will think, he is a very religious man, regularly he comes to the class, regularly he attends all these things. But my mind is not purified. But external support, these are meant only to be of help to grow spiritually, internally, means mental purity. Mind is in God and God alone. I and my chosen deity, my all relation. Gradually, Swamiji will take us to Parabhakti, that we will not have any other alternative other than my chosen God, chosen ideal. That is Parabhakti. My joy, my feeling, my eating, my weeping, my rejoicing, everything is centered on that. That is called Parabhakti. So these are the means Swamiji is giving, that weak people giving up avasad. Oh, I am tired. If we start from here to go somewhere, the longer the journey, the more the suffering. Because it is not ending. So if I give up 5 years walk, 5 hours walk, if after 5 minutes or 2 hours I say, no, it is not possible, I give up, then I cannot reach my destination. So in spiritual life also, this Atman is not to be attained by the weak, says the Shruti. Shruti means the Vedanta Upanishads. Nayam Atma Balohinena Labha. Mundaka, it is there. Third chapters and second sub-chapters and fourth mantra, this sloka, it is there. That weak people, they cannot attain that ultimate reality, that truth. Both physical weakness and mental weakness are meant here. Physical and mental weakness. The strong, the hardy are the only fit students. What can puny, little, decrepit things do? They will break to pieces whenever the mysterious forces of the body and mind are even slightly awakened by the practice of any of the yogas. It is the young, the healthy, the strong that can score success. So Swamiji said in one place, Ashishto, Dhrarishto, Balishto, Medhavi. Ashishto means hopeful people, not frustrated, depressed. No, enough, it is not possible. People say God realization, it is not possible. People say, oh, you will know yourself, you will have the knowledge of the truth. Not possible. Either that is something false statement, they said something which is not actually, it is not there, or they are telling something which is not possible for me. But Swamiji says, no, these people who have hope, Ashishto, Dhrarishto. Dhrarishto, Swamiji is quoting from the scripture. This is also in the Taittiriya Upanishad. Dhrarishto means Dhrida, valorous, strong, and hardy. Dhrarishto, strong, hardy. Balishto, this strong, another. Firm, strong, hopeful, and Medhavi, sharp intellect. Intelligent people, dull-minded people will not do. They can progress a little bit, but if you don't try to sharpen your understanding, then it is not easy that you will be reaching the goal. Yes, although you have progressed a little bit. So Swamiji is telling, quoting from the Upanishads, Mundaka, Taittiriya, that Atman is not to be attained by the weak, and only hopeful people, those who are boiling and bubbling with full of hope. Any adventure you take in the class, the boy who becomes first or second, he and the last boy, or the one who is failing in all the subjects, in some subjects getting even 0. What is the difference? One is boiling and bubbling with joy, hope. Yes, I shall be able to do. Another one is, oh God, let me spend my time for other things. It seems very difficult. Not trying second time. Many things we don't understand in at the first sight. First, second, third, practice. If you practice, what is so difficult today becomes so easy tomorrow when I have mastered it. But how many times I have practiced? Even this, our handwriting, A, B, C, D, it is so easy for us. But in the beginning, somebody is holding our hand, the teacher, so many things, trying to write A, it is becoming something other, another letter, not at all coming to the... It was so difficult in the beginning, but it is so easy now. Nobody asked that you appear in the exam, but that was the exam test in the beginning. So Swamiji is telling, a seeker of the devotion, path of devotion, must have this mental and physical strength, desire, and ever ready to go forward, having faith in one's own self and having faith in God. Yogi, practice of yoga, it is the young and healthy, the strong that can score success. Physical strength, therefore, is absolutely necessary. It is the strong body alone that can bear the shock of reaction resulting from the attempt to control the organs. He who wants to become a bhakta must be strong, must be healthy. When the miserably weak attempt any of the yogas, they are likely to get some incurable malady, or they weaken their minds, voluntarily weakening the body is really no prescription for spiritual enlightenment. Some people take up the fasting. No, I am a devotee. I don't eat this, I don't eat that. Today, whole day, I will not. These are, in the beginning, it is good. But if you think only by keeping fasting, you will be reaching God, realizing God, that is not possible. Intentionally you are weakening your body, your mind. If the body is so feeble that you cannot think of the higher thing, what you will think of the Atman? What you will think of your chosen deity, the God? Is God that easy thing that you will think and it is over? Fasting and fasting, why? Yes, just to control your senses so that too much eating, too much enjoying something. No, control. That is there. We have already read. Swamiji is telling control of the senses. That is necessary. But if you think only, I give up all the non-veg food and then I become, and I am fasting only, then I am a great bhakta and I will receive the grace of God by this way only. No, your mind has to be kept in God and God alone, on your chosen deity. You have to love that. You have to have that faith that God is always with you, sitting in your heart of heart. Just now I have chanted that mantra, wonderful, ideal prayer for a devotee to God, that I know you are sitting in my heart of heart. See that I am not, my mind is not distracted with any other thing, any other worldly thing which is transitory. He has a God, you can give it, but what I will have, it will happen to me, what I will get. Ultimately, I will forget you. I will be very absorbed, busy in enjoying all those things, which has a little value in the physical level, but spiritually, what I get. So, it is it is not prescribable to voluntarily weakening the body is really no prescription for spiritual enlightenment. That if I keep 2 months of fasting, oh, you are keeping fasting 1 day, I am keeping 3 days. Oh, you are 3 days, I am 1 week. Oh, I am 40 days. In India we find many sects are there. There are. That is why keeping so many things, so-called devotees, their lust, their greed, their anger, their evil thoughts, jealousy, hatred, these things they have not control. Those things are fully boiling and bubbling in their minds. But outside, we are so great, we are great devotees because we do not eat that, I am keeping fasting. You are keeping fasting, whole day you are quarreling with others. You are keeping fasting, but actually you are thinking something, rotten thoughts, how to cheat others, how to do something illegal, immoral, unscrupulous, unethical. How can it be? So give more stress on mental purification. That is Swamiji's point. Yes, food you control. Too much eating, too much, all those things, hot, spicy things, it upsets your stomach. It has its little effect in the mind also. You cannot concentrate your mind. But don't think that fasting and eating only veg and grass, you become all yogis and knowers of God. Come out of that false intuition, false understanding. The mentally weak also cannot succeed in attaining the Atman. The person who aspires to be a bhakta must be cheerful. In the Western world, the idea of a religious man is that he never smiles, that a dark cloud must always hang over his face, which again must be long drawn, with the jaws almost collapsed. People with emaciated bodies and long faces are fit subjects for the physician. They are not yogis. It is the cheerful mind that is persevering. It is the strong mind that hews its way through 1,000 difficulties. And this, the hardest task of all, the cutting of our way out of the net of Maya, is the work reserved only for giant wills. So Swamiji is very sarcastically, very with strong words. It's telling you can be fit, candidate for a physician, psychological, but you cannot become a very spiritual, you cannot become a yogi by having all this peculiar understanding of only physical level only, and everything, my dharma, religion is only eating. Eating means through mouth. It is not that. So you have to mentally, intellectually be uplifted, purified. So if that idea is not there, then it is foolish, and it is better to be treated by a physician, not to become a candidate for yoga. And yet, at the same time, excessive mirth should be avoided. In the Western society, when Swamiji was here, Swamiji was always cheerful, joyful. I am the I am the child of the immortal bliss. Srinanta Vishya Amritasya Putra. Amritasya means that divine nectar. Putra means children, children of that divinity. We are children of that divinity. Why you should always show our long face and always very melancholy, unhappy, frustrated, depressed? Why? Whatever state it is, you accept and go forward. Be happy. Whatever you have got from God, don't be always unhappy and complaining and never become happy with anything, with anybody. Always complaint and frustration and depression. That will not do. And because you are a religious man, you have to always show your long face. So some of the devotees here in the West requested, Swamiji, you laugh so loudly and cut jokes, this, that. Publicly Swamiji is doing all these things. Close devotees are thinking, those who are not that close devotees, our own devotees, we won't mind. They know Swamiji is like a baby. They are already devotees. They will not give up Swamiji, they will not misunderstand Swamiji. But those who are not that of that standard, they come to see how great yogi is, what he says, everything is. They are not looking into their own development, what they are thinking. They are always keeping an eye on Swamiji, what he speaks, what he does, how much he eats. You are being watchful on somebody else. If I am spiritual, what is yours? You see how you can improve yourself. You keep an watch on your duties, on your behavior, on your thought, on your food. They are watching Swamiji how, and they will make another form, say something against Swamiji. So our own devotees, close devotees used to tell Swamiji, Swamiji, why do you publicly always cheerful here in this country? Those who are religious people, they are always showing. Then Swamiji is telling, in this country, in the Western country, that is actually not the right thing. But too much now is telling, yet at the same time, excessive mirth should be avoided. This is also anudharsha. Anudharsha, what is that? Excessive. Excess of anything is very bad, we know. Excessive mirth makes us unfit for serious thought. It also fritters away the energies of the mind in vain. The stronger the will, the less the yielding to the sway of the emotions. Excessive hilarity is quite as objectionable as too much of sad seriousness. And all religious realizations is possible only when the mind is in a steady, peaceful condition of harmonious equilibrium. It is thus that one may begin to learn how to love the God. So I will quote something from Gita. In the Gita also Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling Arjuna, if you follow the path of devotion, then this kind of behavior you should have. You are asking who is nearer to me, this kind of devotees. Those who have, what are those devotees' qualities? Bhagavan Sri Krishna is telling that the people having these things, what? Minimum thing, just giving the gist. Yo Narishyati, it is from the Bhakti Yoga. In the Gita there is a chapter called Bhakti Yoga, the way of devotion, the path of devotion to reach God, to be united with God. It is 17th mantra, sloka. Sri Krishna is telling, Yo na rishyati, na dveshti, na shochati, na kankshati, shubha shubha parityagi, bhakti manya same priyaha. I will give the meaning. Samah shatru cha mitre cha tatha manapamanayah shitoshna sukha dukkheshu samah sanga vivarjitaha tulya ninda stutir mauni santushto yeno kenochit aniketa sthiramotir bhaktiman me priyo naraha. Now, meaning is, he who neither rejoices nor hates, nor grieves nor desires, and who renounces both good and evil actions, and is full of devotion, is dear to me. He who deals equally with friend and foe, and is the same in honor and ignominy, who is alike in heat and cold, pleasure and pain, and other contrary experiences, and is free from attachment, he who takes praise and reproach alike, and is given to contemplation, and is contented with any means of subsistence available, entertaining no sense of ownership and attachment in respect of his dwelling place, and is full of devotion to me, that person is dear to me. Who, Arjuna was asking, who is the dearest devotee, whom you love most, how to become the dearest devotee of God. So Sri Krishna was giving that these are the things. If you want to become the highest devotee, you have to achieve this kind of qualities, values, virtues in your life. What? You will not be unhappy. You will be happy in all situations. You will not be part out by Shita Ushna, this a little cold, a little heat. Always I am disturbed. Always I am irritated with anybody and everybody. Oh, it is too cold. It is too hot. It is not that tasty. It is spicy. No spice. Oh, there is no spice. Is it no tasty? But if you, this kind of people you find in the society, there are there. In your family also you may find. You cannot make them happy because it is their nature. So, Swamiji is telling, it is maximum benefit as a devotee. Excessive hilarity is quite as objectionable as too much of sad seriousness, and all religious realization is possible only when the mind is balanced, calm and quiet, steady, peaceful condition. Then you know that you are progressing towards God, and God will be revealed in your mind. You will understand, you will feel the presence, you will realize the truth. You have to prepare yourself for that. Otherwise, even if God is present, you will not be experiencing, feeling His presence. So, how is it possible? Mind. Physical side is there. You must be strong. But don't think that by controlling your vegetable food, waste foods, grasses, leaves and herbs and vegetables, only you can become the knower of God, lover of God, and the dearest of God, the supreme devotee, having supreme devotion. That is not possible. Have a wonderful, harmonious equilibrium. Do a little karma. Now he will say everything you have to give. Karma yogi, jnana yogi, bhakti yogi, you are going, progressing, you will go forward. Swamiji will tell, in the life of, in the mind of a devotee, nothing you are to give up voluntarily, forcefully. It will automatically come. Now I am giving up because I love God, so God is. It is not that. Mother, when best things put in the mouth of the baby, does mother think anything? It's mother's pleasure. Mother does not enjoy any good food before giving it to the making the anything mother's taste good, tasty, first she will give it to the children. A chaste wife, first it will, honest wife, will, loving wife will give it to her husband. So, this is automatically it is coming. It is not that it is a tapasya, it is an austerity mother is doing. It is natural. For bhakti yogis, those who will follow the path of devotion, all these austerities, so-called ahimsa means non-violence, it will be natural. I feel I cannot kill you, I cannot beat you, I cannot be rude towards you. I am feeling a feeling of love and compassion automatically being generated in my mind if I love God. In other paths, you have to, with your brain, with your intellect, you have to discrimination, you have to come to a conclusion, no, I am not this. Although it is burning, if I am a follower of Jnana, knowledge, I will say, no, this is not my body, it is not burning, although I am feeling burning. But here, all my love, if I am angry, I will show my anger to God. Why? Swamiji once not having several days food, 2 days in the jungle. Then complaining, yes, complaining to master, mentally walking and telling, 2 days there is no food. And you told that you will be always with me. All right? This is your always be with me. If you are with me, then actually, if Naren eats, if Swamiji eats, how God eats? God eats through our mouths, through God's created children. Try to understand how father and mother becomes happy. Good food, feed my children first. Swamiji gave, went back to India, one good lecture, very impressive lecture he gave in Rameshwar temple there to the pujaris, all the priests there. Priests are always, as I told, they think always doing this kind of chanting mantra and swaha, this, that, offering, nivedami, they are thinking all things. People die. Although I have money, I will not help them. All the prasads we will give to our people only, our family members, are not the people sitting there, beggars, starving, who deserve first. But these pujaris were good, but their mind was not broadened. Yes, they were leading otherwise good life. So Swamiji targeted them. So after doing puja and to Shivji, Rameshwar is a Shiva's temple, and the king of that area, that temple, under whose kingdom, that he was Swamiji's disciple. So he himself carried the Swamiji's carriage, his guru's carriage, so horses and other things, and he let go. King himself carried and took Swamiji to the congregation, and Swamiji, after doing puja, addressing them, mainly priests. So Swamiji understood that these people's mind should be a little awakened, broadened. Then said, yes, doing puja, that is good, you are doing good things, that is good. Worshipping God, that is nice. But do you know how God becomes happy, more happy? God becomes more happy, will become more happy if you first serve the children of God, these people around, outside the temple, who are not getting sufficient food, sufficient clothes, anything. Poor people. Say, suppose my father, mother is very poor, I do not go to the school, although I am very intelligent. God has given me, I am born with. But suppose my father, mother could not send me to the school, college, university, I will remain just an uneducated one. So, the outside, those people, if you help them, they also can stand on their own feet. They also feel that we are also children of God. We have also some value. Otherwise, they are frustrated, depressed, starving, no hope. Always frustration, depression. And you people offering puja and thinking you are doing all good things, that is good, partially. But it must be reflected in your behavior also. God will become more happy when God's children will be served properly. Those people underprivileged, not having any benefit. So it was very touching lecture Swamiji gave there. So just to awaken people to their real senses, understanding that you cannot become selfish. You have to love. You love God, you are showing that love is a partial love. Yes, that is also, but that is only theoretical. Where is the practical love? Practical love is serving the deserving people, be it patients, be it poor, be it needy, be it old people. An old man is not able to cross the road. Help him. That is also a kind of seva, although you are not giving any monetary help. Say some sweet words to somebody. Bring some solace. Somebody has lost his or her son or daughter, something, some bereavement in the family. Just spend 1 hour, spend a little time. Somebody has met an accident. Everyone leaves the place. Who will take him or her to the hospital? Oh no, I am doing puja. I am doing greater thing. No. Swamiji is pointing out to all those things that when mental equilibrium is there, having all these things controlled, then it is mind is steady, peaceful condition, then your practices will be more fruitful and everything, all religious realization is possible. All realization is possible if you can control your mind. And it is not too much hilarity. Swami is bringing, give up food, he is criticizing, but not till. Don't think only that will bring the enlightenment to you. Ahimsa is good. Ahimsa, you are not doing, killing, it is good. You love her. But you are a man-hater, human in the society. Very good dog lover. Dog more faithful than human beings. They say, because life. So, dog has been given higher position with good ideas. That is right. Other dangerous thing, if active rotten on their devotion is there, each has its own place. Now, para bhakti or supreme. So, we have gone through all these ideas. Swamiji was trying to instill in our mind the what is bhakti, what is devotion, Ishvara, aim of bhakti yoga, need of a guru, qualification of the aspirant who wants to be a devotee and have the realization, also qualification of a teacher who can teach me, who can guide me. So this month, so chosen ideal and method and means. Now next chapter we are going through, it is para bhakti. For having what we have said, Swamiji is telling that these are all necessary for preparatory stage. Not a perfect devotee, the highest devotee, but we are on the path. If this preparatory renunciation, if we can renounce, make us the real aspirant to have para bhakti, the supreme devotion. Little bit devotion we have, otherwise why we are reading this, we are going through is come up to this 2/3. So we are devotees, but if we are to become we are to have the supreme devotion, bliss, which is the goal of human life, then we have to renunciation. What is that? We have now finished the consideration of what we call the preparatory bhakti. These things, bhakti, food, this, that, a little bit, all these things Swamiji said, these are all having our foundation in our spiritual life through the path of devotion. We have considered on the study of the para bhakti. Para means supreme devotion. to the practice of this Parabhakti. All intended for the purification of the mantra japa, some kind of puja, meditation, sitting, pranayam, so many things we do. Everything is controlling our mind and senses and become absorbed in the worldly enjoyment only, for being forgetful, oblivious of the deity. So these things are prepared, all these things intended only for the repetition of names, rituals, the forms, symbols, all these various soul. The greatest among all such things, a purifier without one can regions of this higher devotion bhakti is renunciation. He is giving, stressing now. If you say something in the beginning very difficult, the boy coming to the school, learning, getting it, it is first you have to give up your chocolate, you have to give up your playing games, sports. Then no small babies will come. Gradually, in most of the KG schools, what we see, we keep the arrangement of most here and there in nature. All these things, smiling, they get their time. Like, this is their gradually become serious. No, even if you say, hey, come and play, no, I have to, now I am, don't, this is not playing time. We will do. So they also devote more and more their time and energy, attention to the reading, study, syllabus, materials. They understand those things. I mean, it's necessary. A physical exercise is necessary, but 4 hours I am doing physical exercise, not working. Teacher is giving his lesson, and I am telling exercise. That will not do. So, in the beginning, Swamiji is telling everything how. One thing is very important in all, to enter into regions of the higher devotion. The greatest purifier among all such things is what? To want to have parabhakti. And what you go? First they will say, we are attending Vivek Chudamani, we are almost, you see in the beginning, give up. Then only you are qualified to be a student. Otherwise, even if I am Einstein, I cannot teach you physics. Even I am Newton, I cannot teach you how the law of gravitation is working. So, preparation is necessary. And that preparation in all paths and motion. Frightens many. Swamiji knows. These lectures are given in the West, so Swamiji knows. This frightens many. Without it, the heart of all spiritual culture, renunciation. You see, in every state, every line, every sentence, renunciation. This renunciation. When the human soul draws back from the things of the world and tries to go into deeper things, when man, the spirit, which has here somehow concretized and materialized, understands that he is destroyed and to be reduced almost into mere matter, and turns his face away, then begins renunciation. Then begins real spiritual growth. Renunciation is the basis of all. Bhakti, now Swamiji will quote that yogi that it becomes as mother's eyes is not an austerity. It is nothing painful. For others, if I don't, when you yourself break your leg by playing football, or you don't mind it. Your leg and you break, you cannot forget it. It's so painful. But the matter is the same. I have done myself. I have fallen and I have done something myself and my hand is broken. I will not burning. A pain is there. But if it happens, pain is here. First thing is I have to return costliest things. So voluntarily, when although it is beyond for your capacity, maybe beyond your capacity, for that it is a joy. Just a, but when your son you give, your near and dear one you give, it is a joy. It is when we suffer much, grasp in this worldly everything, finally it is thereby this when man, the spirit, which has here somehow become concretized and materialized. We are spirits, we are soul, but we find so many things just binding us, trying to crush us. All spirituality gone, all joy gone, only suffering and suffering all over the world. You see, then gradually you understand the world and worldly things, that ultimate joy which we are aspiring for, searching for, running after. Then you turn your mind, then only and turns his face away from matter, then begins renunciation. We get enjoyment not in the spirit, not in the soul, we get enjoyment in the matter. More the matter, more the worldly things, anything matter. Our own experience will satisfaction, joy, permanent something. For it is being crushed by the matter. So it turns its face from the matter, then begins renunciation, then begins real spiritual life, spiritual growth. The Karma Yogi's renunciation is in the shape of giving up all the fruits of. Now, everyone, all paths renouncing. Swamiji is giving in a gist, very nice description. Reading Swamiji is always being enlightened, feeling enriched. Yes, your thought becomes more and more ripe, and you understand. This is so rational, so reasonable, so nice, logical. The Karma Yogi's renunciation is in the same of giving up. What Karma Yogis do all good karmas, but never ever think that I am the doer. God is getting things done by me. I am doing for my God, not for me. If you want to credit, give credit. If you want to praise, praise my God. Don't me. If you want to garland, garland my God. Because I am not involved with it. It is my blessed privilege, opportunity to have the chance to do something for my God. And I am serving the children of God. So I am detached without any idea of return, name, fame, recognition, appreciation. I have done all these things for I love my God and you are my children of God. I have done it. Don't think that I am the doer. God is doing all these things. God is speaking through me. God is writing through me. I am a doctor, suppose. I am treating the patient without any fees and anything. So God is getting the patient treated by me. I am an instrument in the hands of God. That is a kind of renunciation, renouncing the fruit. That is Karma Yogis. Then I am a Karma Yogi. Otherwise, I am getting renunciation. I am not taking fees, but I am getting appreciation, recognition, that is, I am bound. It is not karma yoga, it is karma bhoga. I have to suffer the result of it, fruit for getting attached for the fruits of my good work. So, karma yogi's renunciation is in the shape of giving up all fruits of his action. He is not attached to the results of his labor. He does not care for any reward here or hereafter. The Raja Yogi knows that the whole of nature is intended for the soul to acquire experience, and that the result of all the experiences of the soul is for it to become aware of its eternal separateness from nature. The human soul has to understand and realize that it has been spirit and not matter through eternity, and that this conjunction of it with matter is and can be only for a time. The Raja Yogi learns the lesson of renunciation through his own experience of nature, the Jnana Yogi. So Raja Yogi also renounce. How? Raja Yogi understands whatever enjoyment is doing, I am the soul, I am not enjoying. Body is enjoying. This is Prakriti, this is nature. I am Purusha, I am not. I am the soul. But I am getting affected, connected with it as it were. But I have to be conscious that all enjoyment, my tongue is enjoying, my eyes are enjoying, my skin is enjoying, my nose is enjoying, good smell, fragrance, food, my tongue enjoying. I am soul. How can I enjoy matter? So this is Raja Yogi. So Raja Yogi is concentrating his mind to the higher level from lower level, and not getting attached to this Prakriti. 24 types of things are there in this Prakriti. So this is called Raja Yoga. Trying, practicing that I am the soul, Purusha, which is separate from through experience we understand all our experiences, all our enjoyment, it is physical level we are enjoying. All our organs, all our senses are actually enjoying. Not me, who is actually the soul. So, Raja Yogi also renounces and understands, no, I will not get attached to it. So this is also renouncing. Karma Yogi renouncing the fruits, Raja Yogi renouncing the experience. These experiences, all this enjoyment are by the senses, by the Prakriti. It's changing, it is enjoying, not me. So Raja Yogi also learns the lesson of renunciation through his own experience of nature. The Jnana Yogi has the harshest. The Jnana Yogi has the harshest of all renunciations to go through, as he has to realize from the very first that the whole of this solid-looking nature is all an illusion. He has to understand that all that is any kind of manifestation of power in nature belongs to the soul and not to the nature. He has to know from the very start that all knowledge and all experiences are in the soul and not in nature. So he has at once and by the sheer force of rational conviction to tear himself away from all bondage to nature. He lets nature and all that belongs to her go. He lets them vanish and tries to stand alone. You see the difference. Raja Yogis means those who want to have perfection through meditation. They are detaching, everything senses doing and doing, Prakriti, nature doing. I am aloof from that. And Jnana Yogis, Swamiji is telling, the harshest, very difficult, because from the beginning you have to start, I am not all this, there is not sitting, people are sitting there, I think nobody is there. And my body, I am not this body. Where is body? Where is light? Where is book? Who is speaking? From the very beginning, I am that soul ultimate reality, Atman is there. And all these things are happening. Whatever is, I am reflecting, it is in my mind, I am creating. It is ignorance, it is Maya. Why I will be under the spell of the Maya, illusion, delusion? I am thinking people are actually not there. World is not there. No light, no this, no that, everything. No table, no book. From the very beginning, he has to renounce the whole world. I am nobody, I am nobody, I am nobody, I am only that Atman. What I am seeing, this is only, it is out of ignorance, I am thinking these are happening. This is ignorance, this is Maya. So from the very of all the renunciation, harshest is the Jnana Yogis. That all renunciation to go through, he has to realize from the very first that the whole of this solid-looking nature is all an illusion. There is nothing. This building, who says building? It is your ignorance. Only Atman abides, only there is Atman. Nothing else is there. Anything else you are thinking, feeling, experiencing, all ignorance, ignorance, ignorance. Means Maya, Maya, Maya. From the beginning he has to practice this. Means renounce the whole world, everything. Other than, I do not believe in anything other than Atman. That Atman is the real, that Atman abides only. Other things you are telling, these are all your mental creation. That are out of ignorance. Mind is also a matter stuff. It is also, there is no place. See, we will go forward with the Swamiji's words. Today time is over. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Any question?
Yeah, there's a couple of questions.
Yes, we can quickly finish it.
Okay,
You read?
shall I tell you? When a devotee first approaches a Swami for instruction, the Swami might ask, "Do you believe in God?" or "What outcome are you seeking?" What question would you want a prospective devotee to answer? It's not real clear for me what that means.
If I have understood the question, then if somebody wants as a devotee, what I will ask, what God you believe in? You read it again?
When a devotee first approaches a Swami for instruction, the Swami might ask, "Do you believe in God?" or "What outcome are you seeking?"
So if devotee comes, he or she will tell what she wants to know. What I will ask? I will ask the question, what is your problem? God bless you. How can I help you, my dear? So he or she will tell what actually is his or her problem and what he wants to know. Then, next question.
What question would you want a prospective devotee to answer?
Why I will ask and irritate the devotee unnecessarily? Devotee has come. Why you have come? I have some question. Ask that. I can ask. You believe in God, who is God? That I can ask. But if that is necessary only, I will. Otherwise, why I will put questions to the devotee? Devotee has come. Devotee will tell, ask what is his or her problem or requirement, what he or she wants to know. And accordingly, if I understand that something more I know, I want to know, I need to know in connection of this. Say, I am very suffering, I am not happy in the family. Then I may ask, who are there in your family? What is the problem? No, my family is troubling me. Who is your family? Your husband or mother or father, son, daughter, who is? So these kind of things come automatically, what is necessary to understand the situation. Yes, next.
Okay, there's a question Sanskrit word, which I have no idea what it means. You said, be happy as we are.
Can you bring that laptop here? I can read it myself, or is it there in my mobile?
Might be in your mobile. I can read the word. It says Amritsya Putra.
Huh? No, you will misspell it and I will not understand if I want to understand. Bring it here. You will misspell it and I will not understand if I want to understand. Bring it here. What is that?
All right, it's this question.
Any devotee question. You said, be happy as we are Amritasya Putra, but it is a clinical, psychological, it is a clinical psychology fact that some people have chemical imbalance making them vulnerable to melancholy and depression. What can they do? If it is a case, like, I will request him to go to a psychiatrist. The better you meet and have some consultation. I will contact his or her guardians or relatives that better take care. Tripti Shah. Psychology. It is their question. They are answering. They themselves are answering.
That was the last question.
Oh, say many things. Psychiatrists say many things, don't know how much they themselves understand. Are they themselves happy? Free of all anxiety, if they are certified and supposed to understand the mind. So they are questioning themselves, and some devotees have also their group in the chat. They are answering this. So thank you. Thanks the devotees have the questions and have the answers also sorted out. They are not asking me. So any question here? So you can close it now for the online streaming. You stop. We can talk here. Those who have some questions here. Yes, Nicole.
I don't have any questions. I was just waiting for you. You were telling us each of the yogas, the renunciation for each of them, and then you stopped before you did the bhakti. Because you were talking about renunciation for raja and karma.
Swamiji is telling that in each path.
But you stopped before you got to bhakti yoga.
I couldn't follow, please.
You did jnana yoga?
You stopped it? Can you? Stop it. Streaming.
Not yet. 1 second. Okay.